Good evening, my fellow traders. Thank you for joining me and my Unk the Trader channel. It is Monday. Let's see, May 18th, and so I got good news. I actually had an opportunity to turn a profit. It was 25 cents. I hit my goal of 25 cents. I followed the process somewhat. It was fairly slow, but I'll go over that a little bit later in the video. What I'm going to do, though, I'm going to pull up the actual screen so that we can take a look at it and see what I did. Try to pinpoint it so you can see on the chart. So just bear with me one moment. I'm going to do. All right, thank you guys for your patience. I had to switch off, obviously, my camera and pulled up my Webull platform. All right, so this morning, what I did was what I typically do. I pulled up the markets, and on the markets, as you see here, it gives me, gainers, losers, during the day. So as I was watching, one stock in particular caught my eye, which was this one here. All right, so this particular stock didn't have any news. However, it had good volume, and wasn't sure why. Hold on, what's going on here? Hold on, bear with me. Hold on. All right, there we go. Got it. All right, so it did not have news. However, it was moving this morning. I was up at 4 o'clock, and I didn't see anything at 4. So as I was watching the stock, okay, so this is early morning. Okay, no, this is the afternoon. I apologize here. Let me just get it here. Hold on. All right. All right, where are we here? Okay. All right, here we go. All right, so there we go. Okay, so I was watching earlier this morning, and nothing was happening. And then I happened to look up, and I saw this movement. And unfortunately, I missed it. Okay, I was looking at some other stocks, and I missed that initially. So I'm watching it, and I said, okay, you know what? It looks like it has the ability to. On the 1 minute chart, has the ability, because it pulled back. It ran over and pulled back. And I said, there's a possibility that this could, repeat itself. So as you see here, the MACD showed it go down. It went all the way down, okay? And it crossed right here, okay? And so funny thing, the volume, was high as far as on the sell side, and it was decreasing. So I was watching this, and I'm looking at it. I'm going, there's a high probability that this can bounce back up off of this, because it was trading right under. If you notice, it typically trades right above the the moving average, the 9-day moving average, basically is what that is. So in any event, I waited, and I saw it crossing over. So I said, okay, let me jump in. So I jumped in, and let me just show you here. Okay. It's not showing it on here. Okay. Where is it? Oh, okay, there it is. All right, so there it is. So I jumped in, as you can see here. I jumped in at $3.24. Okay, and that was about at 7:46 this morning. And so when I jumped in, right here, okay, this green candle here, it looked like it was about to go back down on the next minute, and it stalled a little bit, and then all of a sudden, now I bought it with the idea of holding it to at least get 25 cents, which is what my goal was. So then it immediately turned around the next minute, and it shot up, and if you can see here, it shot all the way up to $3.63. However, I sold at my 25 cents profit, and so I was able to blow out of it. Right, I didn't hold it anymore. As soon as I got to my quarter, I relinquished it and sold it, and so hence you see here, I got my 25 cents. So all in all, that's the only trade I took this morning, and so that was a good one, and so that's why I'm happy. And again, I did nothing special. I just simply watched the stock, and it pulled back. As you saw, it did pull back, and now what happened was it pulled back, and it almost did not do what I thought it was going to do, even though everything appeared to be set for a takeoff. Now, the reality is I thought it was going to go higher, but again, it went high enough for me to get my goal of 25 cents. So again, that's my recap for Monday. So we're 1 for 1, and I'm going to try to do that again tomorrow. Hopefully it works out just as well. And also I want to point out, I did that with I wasn't sitting at the desk. Ironically enough, I was on my app on the cell phone, which has been interesting, but I kind of figured it out a little bit better. So again, I'm going to try to give it a shot again tomorrow and see, because again, I have to be out a little bit more than I want to. So I'm going to use my cell phone again and see if I can duplicate what I just did today. But other than that, all right, just bear with me here. I'm going to switch back over. All right, thanks. And so basically, that is what happened today. So I wanted to get on here and show you that it's been a good Monday. Again, there's only 25 cents, but again, think about it. If that was 100 shares, 200 shares, 300 shares, that's a nice little profit. And if you could do it every day, $200-$300 a day times 20 days in a month, that's a few $1,000s in a month. So there's nothing to sneeze at. It's just that it's not that big of a deal because I'm only doing one share. But when I get to 10, 20, 30, 100 shares, 200 shares, 300 shares, 1,000 shares, that's some serious money. I'm not a mathematician, but at the end of the day, if I could, easily, let's just take a look at this. Just for Pete's sake, you get those 10 cents and you got 500 shares. I'm going to use 500 shares as an example times 500 shares. That's $125 times 20 days. That's extra $2,500, per month. And again, that's not a lot. And then as you continue to grow it, and then you get to 1,000 shares, 2,000 shares. Before you know it, man, that's per day. So now you got 1,000, 2,000, shares, and you get 25 cents on that 2,000. That's $500. That's $500. $500 times 20. That's $10,000 a month. Just that, right there. That's 10 grand. Okay. So again, it seems small because it's only one share, but if you can duplicate that, 10 cents, 20 cents, 15 cents, and you do that consistently enough, and then you are increasing your share size, it's going to be incredible. So anyway, I appreciate you guys tuning in to watch me. Hopefully in the next, by next month, which is another, 2 weeks away, I will be increasing my purchases from 1 share to 10 shares. I'm going to jump all the way. I'm jumping to 10 shares, and I'm going to go ahead and see how consistent I'm going to be with that, and then again 100 and so forth and so forth. All right, so listen, if you got any questions, I had a gentleman, just made me think of something. I had a gentleman ask me a question about the momentum pullback, and he asked me about the video, and I never put out a video for that. That was just me talking about that in the conversation. If you guys would like me to, just at least do a video showing the momentum pullback on the screen, which is kind of what I showed, I will do that, exclusively to speak to that. I'll do it. Just let me know in the comments, okay? Again, we do thank you for joining the Trader channel, and like I said, I'm all about being about it. I don't talk about it. Thanks, guys. See you on the next video. Bye.